Good evening. My name is CJ Carver, and for the past year, I've had the privilege of serving as the president of the Centennial Class of 2015. This evening, I've decided to share a story with you. This is the story of a little boy who 9 years ago moved to a brand new city and started at a brand new school. Before he left his hometown, this little boy was somewhat naive about how life outside of his elementary school worked. He loved being a part of plays, and his classmates loved him for that. He even considered himself to be popular, or as popular as a third grader could be. But when this little boy moved, things didn't feel the same. Suddenly, he was in the midst of a school where everyone had already made friendships, and where he wasn't sure what he needed to do to fit in. Year after year, this little boy tried everything he could to fit in. He tried to play sports, but if I'm being completely honest, everyone knew he had no athletic ability. He bought new clothes so that he could dress how everyone else dressed, but nobody seemed to notice. This little boy even had his parents throw him a big birthday party one year, just because all the other kids were doing it. Throughout all this time, teasing and name-calling continued. There were many days on his way home he would do nothing but cry. It made no sense. How could he be doing the things that all the other kids were doing, but still be unhappy? As the years passed, these little boys' tear-filled cries turned into nights full of just the same. And those nights turned into days just the same. Fear and loathing. But who would believe him? The short, nerdy, funny kid had learned to hide all his pain behind a smile. He felt he might never fit in. Fast forward a few more years, and somehow, something finally clicked. It all began with standing up to the bullies. As soon as he did, he conquered all bullies, past and present. At that point, the little boy began to realize how stupid he had been. Why in the world would he spend 5 years of his life trying to please everybody and their mother instead of himself? Seems a bit ridiculous, don't you think? You see, during the 5 years that this little boy tried so hard to get everyone else to care about him, he forgot something so essential: to care about himself. His repeatedly futile actions didn't get him anywhere with those whose affection he longed for the most. But what this little boy didn't realize at 8 years old was that, rather than searching for self-worth in the approval of others, he should have been searching for it inside of himself. The feeling of self-assurance that he felt helped the little boy rediscover what was important in his life. He felt a new sense of passion for his dream of pursuing acting. He was welcoming to change. And as a young, gay male, he realized that loving himself made others appreciate him more than any of his attempts to gain their approval ever had. He continued surrounding himself with those who accepted him for who he knew he was, and everything else didn't matter. Now, the point of this story is not to make you feel bad for the little boy, or to make you feel guilty over things that have happened in the past. That's not it at all. The point of the story is that we all have the opportunity to choose our own paths. If you don't like the way something is going, change it. If you don't like the way the world is around you, then change it. If you don't like your own story, then change it. If this story speaks to you, then I challenge all of you to take action and do something. Nobody else can take that leap for you, and until you do, you'll never get a different result. That little boy has actually grown up to be very happy. After grasping how much time he had wasted seeking approval, he quickly realized how obvious that the reasons were to love himself. Because of the lessons that little boy was able to learn about himself, I can stand before all of you today, confident when I say thank you to you High for everything that they have taught me over the past 9 years. I would also like to say what an honor it has been to serve this class as their president. To know that I get to graduate with 108 of my closest friends is a special feeling that truly means a lot to me. Saving the best for last, I would also like to wish the biggest thank you of all to my parents. I know I don't say it anywhere near enough, but you have given me such an amazing foundation upon which I feel more than prepared to build my future. I love you both more than you could ever know, and I'm so grateful to have had your support in everything that I have done over the past 18 years. Thank you.